is crazy. In fact, this is another way to explain how politicians behave, or should I say, how politics are being played in this country nowadays. And you'll be shocked to hear this story. But relax, let me gist you. Now, a few days ago, we were greeted with this news of the impeachment of the Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker, who is Mudashiru Obasa. In fact, we did not just hear the news. There were so much drama that happened that day, just like the show of us and the arrest of these guys who are active supporters of APC. In fact, these guys were the ones who once sang "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand" in support of Tinubu. But because of this arrest, they were still singing the same song, even inside Black Maria, which was so funny. And at the end, it ended up causing serious mockery on APC. But that's not why I'm here. Now, during the time of this impeachment, we heard that Mr. Speaker was not even in the country. And the reason they gave for his impeachment was because of abuse of office and corruption. But before 2 seconds, people say that they should not be telling us the Kambu story. They should go ahead and tell us the main reason why they're impeaching from office. I was like, what is going on? Before we now begin to hear the alleged information, that the main reason why they're impeaching was because he declared his intention to run for 2027 governorship election to replace Sanwo, which now collide with the intention of Tinubu, who is the president's son, which is a big problem. And that is the reason why they impeach him, allegedly. And I was like, sure, but I never finished, sure. And that's not where I'm going. Now, because he was not in the country when this impeachment happened, there were rumors that he should not even try to enter the country, because if he do so, that he might be arrested by the EFCC. I was like, okay. But 2 seconds, the man landed into the country, saying he gaba, nothing they happen. I was like, what is going on? And I was like waiting for the show to start happening. 2 seconds again, was burst out from People's Gazette, saying that Remi Tinubu, who is the president's wife, was of stopping EFCC from arresting Obasa. I was like, As I was still trying to digest the information, 2 seconds, another news burst out that Tinubu himself has ordered the house to prepare for the return of Obasa. I was like, how? Why? But I went ahead to check it out on People's Gazette to see the reasons he's going to give. And he said that the political price which they are going to pay for impeaching him outweighs the reason which they are giving for his impeachment that borders on abuse of office and corruption. I was like, somebody that has been impeached. But I said, let me check further. And he said that they should just prepare for his comeback, that he's just going to spend few times and he will resign from his office. And I was like, how much time is few time? 1 day, 1 week, 4 years? Don't forget, this is someone that has been impeached. What is going on in this country? But I had another information which I'm going to be dropping at the end of this video. But first of all, what about those who put pen to paper? And I mean those who voted for his impeachment. If at the end of everything he comes back to office, what is going to happen to those people? Say yawa no go gas for waiting now. If yawa no gas, no be juju be that. So if your father is among those who voted for his impeachment, you better tell him now to hit the gym, because if at the end he returns to office. But nevertheless, let me allow you to listen to Aisha Yusuf. And as you are listening to her, be clicking on that share button and also subscribe in case if you have never done so for more updates. And after that, I'll be dropping the last information I had on this whole drama. Let's go there.
What? Hey, calm down. I'm gonna tell you what the Ovefekuve is all about. This is exclusive. This news is just dropping now. People's Gazette. It said exclusive. Bola Tinubu orders Lagos lawmakers to reinstate Mudashiru Obasa as impeached politician refuses to vacate Speaker's lodge. Hey, is this Lagos state politics that they want to bring to federal politics? Citizens, we get work. If we no stand, then as soon they go take our head turn to mumu. Imagine. Okay. The move should expand fixtures inside the Lagos APC. But the president's grip on the state's politics meant no lawmaker would risk being seen as reluctant to follow his directives. So all of them are in his pocket. Bola Tinubu has opened pressure on members of the Lagos State House of Assembly to allow the return of Mudashiru Obasa as Speaker. People familiar with the development have told People's Gazette 3 weeks after an impeachment that sent shockwaves through the nation's commercial center. The Nigerian leader said this weekend that lawmakers should be prepared to let Mr. Obasa return because the political price for his removal could potentially outweigh the benefits of punishing his excesses, which bordered largely on corruption and abuse of office, two people said. All but 2 of the 40-member legislature are members of the ruling All Progressive Congress. So it's mainly APC members that are members of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Only 2 are not. And then, of course, Lord have mercy. We have a lot of work to do in terms of politics, but it's doable. We need to get control where institutions are the one in control, not people with large pockets that you don't even know where they got their money from. Or you know, but you have to say it allegedly. The president has sent instruction, definitely not my president, that we should start preparing to let him come back. Senior Lagos politician who participated in a series of meetings this weekend said, Tinubu said Obasa will spend only a short time before resigning on his terms. We have agreed to let him come back to give him a soft landing that he told us he deserved because of the serious political consequences of allowing this matter to endure. The politician said anonymously to discuss the minutes of internal political deliberation. I would do it differently if you asked me to be the ultimate decision maker in this matter. Let me go on. However, some lawmakers say his return will be difficult for those who participated in his impeachment, especially those who circulated copies of the Gazette story that preceded it. We are afraid that bringing him back will be like trying to pacify a snake after its head was severed. A source said its venom will be super deadly. Another senior political operative in Lagos told the Gazette, hold on, before I even continue, let me just, this thing is just on my mind as I'm reading this thing. Remember there was a video I did where there was also a report by this People's Gazette that Tinubu's wife wanted him to come back because I think he has some control over, is it Alimosho, one of those main local government where a lot of the votes come in, that if you antagonize him now, it might affect their 2027 bid that they are going to have. So that conversation, was already on. And then I saw also some place where some people were saying that this was like a fight between Remi Tinubu and Sheyi Tinubu, kind of thing. Remember that this particular whole thing came out when the Obasa said he had ambition to be governor, and then some are saying that, it's Sheyi Tinubu that they want to be governor and all of that. I don't even know whether you understand all this explanation I've made, but you know what they say about Nigeria. If you explain Nigeria to somebody and they understand it, that means the person didn't really explain it to you. So if you are not understanding what I'm saying, it means I'm really explaining it to you the way it is. Me myself, I'm not understanding. Anyway, another senior political operative in Lagos told the Gazette that Tinubu had summoned a meeting in Abuja on Monday where those not already on board will be exalted. Many of us have agreed that he should be allowed to return because we can only see the beginning of the fight, but not how it may end, the politician said. The meeting is scheduled for Monday, and some of us still in Lagos are already preparing to leave for Abuja. On January 13, Mr. Obasa was removed as speaker after lawmakers learned through the Gazette's reporting that he had looted billions in procurement allocation for vehicles and other items they didn't receive. In short, there are many who said it wasn't even about them. The report has been there now for a long time. He has had corruption issue, they didn't bother. But it was when he decided to start making his gubernatorial ambition public that this whole, thing really escalated. Last but Mojisola Miranda was immediately named as his replacement. However, officials said she had seemingly allowed Mr. Obasa to intimidate her in her new role, even though she had the backing of at least 32 out of state 40 legislators. Since January 13, when Mrs. Miranda was inaugurated as speaker, she had not been allowed to move into the official residence along Joy Ogunaika Ikeja GRA. The Gazette was told that Mr. Obasa, who was in the United States during his impeachment, went directly to the Speaker's Lodge when he landed in Abuja from Atlanta and later triumphantly returned to Lagos. Upon his return, he denounced his impeachment as illegal and vowed to remain in office. He said they should let him enter the official lodge to remove his personal belongings. A source said he has refused to vacate the place, and Madam Speaker has been too afraid to take over from him. It was unclear what influence Remi Tinubu had on her husband's decision to push lawmakers to reinstate Mr. Obasa. This came days after the Gazette reported that the First Lady stopped the anti-corruption agency EFCC from arresting the embattled politician. However, she said an investigation into his use of public funds in Lagos may proceed, but don't arrest him. Mr. Tinubu's move to reinstate Mr. Obasa should expand fissures within the Lagos political circles, but Tinubu's grip on the state politics meant no lawmakers would risk being seen as reluctant to follow his directive, a source said. Look, some lawmakers are very angry that Tinubu decided to humiliate them like this, our source said, but they don't want to lead any resistance against Tinubu, who is also the party's leader. A presidential spokesman told Gazette on Sunday morning that he was unaware of Tinubu's directive to Lagos lawmakers. Mercer Obasa and Miranda declined to comment on Sunday morning. The Gazette also learned that Mr. Obasa met Governor Jide Sanwo in Marina on Saturday to finalize his return as Speaker, which may come as soon as next week. An aide to Governor confirmed the meeting without elaborating. This is how we are sitting down. Some people will sit down. In a democracy, they are the ones deciding what. Even those we send as representatives are too weak to do anything.
You get the point. Now, what do you think is actually going on in our political space in this country? But before you share your thought, the information I had is that the vote that is always coming out from Lagos, that huge vote at the end of every election, that they say that there are some sections in Lagos that those votes are actually coming from. And this Mudashiru Obasa is one of the controller of some of those places that those who vote are actually coming from. And that is the reason why they are trying to turn around on the whole issue that is going on, allegedly. But nevertheless, share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we move.